Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about guitar updates via the Guitar Goals Diary. We're going to talk about what I plan to do with new challenges, spread voicing things, my current progress with my practice routines and stuff like that. All sorts of stuff. Hey, 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 ignore that. Ignore this. Ignore. Ignore. Right, now you're probably wondering, why is this labeled number 9? Can this guy even count? That's weird. I don't get it. And that's just because, I had 8 other diaries on the previous channel, Music DCS, but now instead of putting everything over there, I put everything on this channel. Everything. So in the previous entry, I said that I'd be tracking my progress by doing these challenges along the way as a means of testing. There goes that goddamn light again. As a means of testing my, guitar progress and my implementation of new concepts and yada yada yada, So far that's going pretty well with the spread voicings, as you saw in Passion Fruit. If you saw it, if you haven't, maybe check it out. So in the beginning of this diary situation, I started making my own practice routine with flashcards and whatnot, and I've been using them basically to kind of keep me consistent and using this YouTube stuff as a means to not only hold me accountable for doing my own practice, but also, so that people can see that this kind of stuff is not impossible to do, that you can actually just consistently do the thing that you set out to do and then, get better over time and whatnot, That being said, this month was kind of rough schedule-wise. Things were not that consistent. And even when I did sit down to do practicing, sometimes I would just not really stick to the disciplined plan that I had, and kind of maybe use it as a guideline a lot of the times. Like instead of doing, I don't know, like a 10-minute warm-up, maybe sometimes I did a 15-minute warm-up, maybe sometimes I did a 5-minute warm-up, and that kind of variation happened with various parts of my routine. But I still stayed consistent somewhat, and I've got the numbers and the video. Why does it keep getting dark? I've got the numbers and the video to prove it. So I think I can say with confidence that I'm officially better than I was before at spread voicings, since I've already posted this whole passion fruit thing, and we'll kind of continue to mess around with spread voicings in future challenges. So far so good. Keep up the good work, you, me. Lick goal stuff. So one of my short-term guitar goals is to learn this lick. And then kind of just incorporate it into my playing, but just make sure that I really learn it by playing it in various sequences and different rhythms and stuff like that before moving on to the next lick goal challenge. So, that video should be coming out next week. Yeah, next week. And then, if all goes well, we move on to the next thing, and then just use that as like a jam session thing that I kind of just use every now and then. But then the main focus will be lick goal number 2. So I also tried to do this Repetoire challenge, but yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be keeping up with this. I wanted to do monthly, super consistent, monthly releases of cover songs, but I'm just gonna throw them in here and there, because, turns out I'm kind of trying to do a lot. So, who knew? Now, I was also trying to do an ear training challenge, but once again, that kind of, crapped out a little bit. But I'm just going to incorporate that maybe later. There's still the option to do solo transcription, but once again, I'm kind of doing a lot right now. Didn't really, get a good grasp on how to juggle a bunch of things at the same time yet. But once I kind of get used to the current plate, I'll add some more food and start yum and get through all this stuff. Just you watch. It's gonna be cool. Maybe. I have no idea. For those of you who don't know, I'm in a band. No, we don't have any music out yet. We are kind of on the slower side of things, but very deliberate side of things. So, just give it a second. Just give it a second. even now we're working on material for our full-length album, and we're looking at songs 3 through 5, kinda, and we're just kind of doing like writing and some remote work right now since, you know, quarantine. But you know, it's still chugging along, so one of these days, you know, that might just pop up. Until then, it's just you know, it's just a gradual but steady what's the word? Progression. It's just a gradual but steady progression upward. Yeah. Yeah. So some of the grand takeaways that I've gotten from this previous month is that I just need to be a little more consistent with my guitar playing and just making sure I focus on sticking to not necessarily just a plan, but making sure that I get in my 3 days minimum a week of, you know, some good solid guitar practice. Get through these concepts, move on to the next concepts, use the old concepts as like a warm-up slash jam slash review session, and yada yada yada. And then eventually, you know, just use everything that I know and make projects and stuff, you know, whether that be like cool cover songs or, you know, some more challenges, once again, yada yada yada. Also, before I go, I am using this this book now, a little bit at least. It is the an old version of the Beato book. You know, a friend of mine kind of had like an old copy and he passed it to me, so, you know, I'm gonna be using that here and there, and hopefully it boosts my, you know, motivation. Nope, that's not the word I'm looking for. Progress. My rate of progress. Yes, my rate of progress. Yes, yeah. Alright, what's going on over here with you? You know, do you have any guitar goals that you're putting off? Do you need to get back onto learning that lick that you stopped learning? Let me know in the comments section down below. Like the videos if you like the videos. Subscribe if you want more videos. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Alright, gonna go now. Alright, gonna go. Gonna just hide that right here. Of course it wouldn't. Yeah. I knew it wasn't gonna stay.